Hello there, what is going on everyone? Today we are going to announce the winner of the Urban Assault painting competition. This has been a long-running competition of painting and photography that I run on the Discord. I do these periodically. This one has kind of went overdue for a while, but we are finally going to showcase some of the results and announce the top three and the winner. And the winner of this competition will receive the highly coveted Artisan of Fate role, unique to winners of painting competitions in the Discord. So if you guys aren't already in the Discord, you can join in down here. If you guys didn't already know, we are also still doing the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos to enter to win that. It's as simple as that. The theme for this painting competition was Urban Assault, something that has a city vibe or an urban vibe to it. Now, it doesn't mean that your submission had to be urban. You could submit whatever you want. However, little bonus points if it kind of fits that theme, because that is the theme, and themes are meant to be thematic and followed, and that's how it goes. And so I'm going to showcase some of the entrants. I'm not going to showcase every single one. I definitely I'll keep it open so you can go check it out for yourself. If you go to our Discord, if you're new to the Discord, if you haven't been there in a while, we've done some restructuring. At first, it might look like it's mostly empty. There's a role selection channel where there's you basically say what sections of the Discord you're going to be into. General access gets you access to all the past competitions and all of the off-topic channels and the general discussions and board gaming and stuff like that. And then there's game-specific ones for games like Star Wars Legion and things like that. I'm going to be adding also a Cyberpunk channel to the general access as well, because the Cyberpunk Combat Zone is one of the reasons that kind of inspired this. This is a lot of the terrain you see here in the photo behind me. So it's a real fun game, has really great settings and really great terrain. I love a lot of the Monster Fight Club terrain and stuff, and a lot of that sort of inspired the backdrop to say, hey man, how cool would it look to see the Empire invading more of an urban sort of city, kind of cityscape world. And how would that look? And then we've seen stuff similar to that, periodically. But I still like the look of like the Empire Takes New York. Is sort of my inspiration for this whole contest. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and showcase some of the entrants. Now, if you did not get showcased here, does not mean that they weren't good. There's plenty of excellent submissions that didn't make it in here. There's some really spectacular submissions that just didn't make it in here, because I don't want to spoil everything. So go ahead and check out the rest of it. Let me know what you think. So first off, we're looking at Redhead, which has this really cool bike, and I love the spark effect on there. He's on the road. I'm getting Akira vibes. I don't know if this is actually Akira or not. I'm not 100% sure. I have to admit that I've not actually seen that anime, and so I apologize for that. So I'm not sure if this is Akira or not, but it is very cool. I love the road on there, the sparks, everything. It's very, very cool, and it fits the theme extremely well, because it's definitely got that urban assault vibe going on with it. So great job to Redhead. Up next, Jedhead. I wonder if Jedhead and Redhead are related. Gave us this, I want to say an Imperial Knight. I'm not 100% sure on all the really, really, really large or Titan kind of class things from 40K. They're really cool, though. I will say this. At Adepticon, there were some tables that had the really big miniatures featured, and they were awesome. And it's kind of stuff like this that makes me want to jump into 40K. It's really, really cool stuff. These things they're bonkers, and then it's okay. It's fun. Anyway, it works. The basing on this one is really cool because it really showcases just how big the model is when you're seeing, city streets and buildings, that don't even barely come up to the knees of this thing. It's a very, very cool model with very cool basing. I love it. I love it. And who can spell urban without the entire theme of Marvel Crisis Protocol kind of taking place in downtown Manhattan, so to speak. We've got a Dauntless CDR here, has a Magneto with all of Magneto's existing metal scraps that he's throwing all over the place. And if we're going to look at Marvel Crisis Protocol, we also have to keep in mind there's a lot of terrain. What would Marvel Crisis Protocol be without its terrain? X-Mage 2 gave us some really cool dumpsters from MCP, complete with graffiti and with trash, which is a very cool thing. Now these dumpsters are cool because you can build them open or closed, and you can do a lot with them. But the fact that I love the way that he bundled like cardboard together to make it look like pallet jacks or pallets and stuff like that, which is something you would definitely see, near a dumpster or in a dumpster. There's a lot of that. So it just, and like tied up the little bags to make it look like big trash bags and stuff, which is fun. It was just a really nice touch, and it's cool to see different submissions when I say like a theme that's very specific, like urban stuff, knowing full well that a lot of the people in my Discord are Star Wars gamers, and there's not as much stuff, at least for Star Wars gaming, that immediately jumps to mind. Marvel Crisis Protocol is a great option, and showcasing some of that terrain is also a really cool thing to do, and great way to stay on the theme of the painting contest. Real Neil 99 gives us a little bit of a venture into some Space Marines clashing here, and we've got our sort of futuristic grimdark city where we're seeing a big clash of painted armies going up against each other. So it's a big battle going on in that one. So it looks pretty cool. Moving forward. This is probably one of my favorite overall shots, especially with the backdrop and everything that goes into this one. Compel submitted this image, and I just think it's really cool. I have been doing more and more backdrops for a lot of my photos. If you've subscribed to my Instagram, you'll see that I've been doing like colory backgrounds, bright pinks, and blue skies and clouds and swirls of different colors and stuff like that to kind of give the pictures, that when I'm photographing a model, I want the background to not just be like my board games behind it and stuff like that. So I've been trying to do more of that. But this is a whole different thing, because this is like a whole cityscape or huge city buildings in the background. It just kind of gives this thing a whole huge, it totally transforms the picture. Now, I don't know what game this is from, but it looks to me a little bit, it's got cyberpunk vibes going on with it, with the air police vehicle coming down, and then like one that's already landed. This makes me think of there's that cyberpunk combat zone vehicle Kickstarter that's going to be hopefully shipping this year, either later this year or early next year. But they're doing the the very similar stuff with Max Tack coming down and all of that stuff. So pretty cool stuff. We're gonna have motorcycles with that one too, but this one kind of gave me some of those type of vibes. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is or not, but it looks very cool. And it looks like this is probably like a 8mm or 10mm game with you got all these little dudes on what looks like a single base. So if anybody knows what game this is from, or Compel, if you know what game this is from, let me know. I'm curious about that. Tony brings in some clones here with the I believe these were Coruscant Guard theme painted. The cool thing about this one too is that while the background isn't necessarily cityscape, if they're Coruscant Guard, that definitely does add to the theme a little bit there, because that's a whole city planet. So that definitely works. I really like the paint job on here, and I also like the focus and the photo and the backdrop and everything. You really helped, like the black backdrop on here, I thought really helps those stormtroopers pop, and really makes them stand out. And it's fun. Stormtroopers, clone troopers. I'm troopered out right now. So pretty cool stuff. Grub 2517. Look, this one isn't. I mean, it works because 40K works with a lot of cityscapes and urban type of stuff, but it's a Baneblade, so this is like one of my favorite tanks of all time. I love this model, or this kit that makes like about like 25 different types of Baneblade-ish tanks, depending on what kind of tank you're trying to make. And it's one of those things that I definitely want to pick one of these up someday, but it would be intimidating because they're not cheap, and you still need a couple of them. It's not even a whole army on its own, but it's a powerful, awesome tank that I think is one of the most beautiful models in the world, and it's a great paint job on this one too. So nice job, Grub 2517. And of course, if we're talking about urban and combat, we got to have a little bit of BattleTech in here too, right? I believe this is BattleTech Stormwalker with this sort of white and gray camoed, walker here. That looks pretty cool. We're gonna be looking at some other mech-based games here very soon, so stay tuned for that. I think it's time for our top 3 now. So let's go into it. And again, you'll be able to check all of these out and more in our painting competition channel, which is going to be moved to the old contests. So you'll be able to see all of that. Coming in at number 3 is Erkelschmerz with this really clean photo of some pikes. Now, pikes are typically seen in urban environments, so that certainly works. We see a lot of them in, gosh, I think when I think of the Clone Wars Season 7 with Ahsoka, messing with them and I feel like it works well enough. It's good enough for the theme, but what I really like about it is how clean it is and how nice that photo is too. The focus is I just think it's a really nice photo. Really captures the miniatures, and I thought it was a good angle and everything. I thought it was just a very striking photo. So great job, Erkelschmerz. Next up is Baladin 7. Baladin is a previous Artisan of Fate winner, and he comes in with another stupendous entry. We've got Batman here, who of course is, well, definitely no stranger to the cities. And this is, I want to say, the Night Games Batman. I'm not sure. It could maybe be like CMON. I don't know if their DC United stuff is shipped yet. But it's a really nice model. There's multiple photos of it. Baladin he always has a lot of submissions in our painting competitions, and this is a really nice one. Of course, Batman is always on theme for any kind of urban theme. It's time for our number 1, our new Artisan of Fate, and that is going to be Sanch. I don't know if this is supposed to be like Sanch 32 Nomad Printworks. I guess it's Sant or S4NC. I don't know how I'm actually supposed to say that, but we're gonna go with Nomad Printworks. Congratulations to Nomad Printworks for these Clone Commandos. This is a really nice. Now I know that Nomad Printworks makes a lot of Star Wars Armada stuff, and they have a shop, and they're selling some really great models and all of that. But this is this one wins for so many reasons. For one, the models are gorgeous. For two, the paint job is exquisite. I mean, it's a really nice, and the lighting here is also really good. The theme, it's completely on theme. It's the angle of the photo, everything that went into this photo. There's like smoke in here. Like as a photograph, it just, like, this could have been a movie poster. It was like too good. So it's that's. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this photo. And then even the posing of the miniatures too is just really nice. I love the backdrop. I love the foreground too. Kind of just giving so much depth to this photo as well. I thought it was fantastic. So congratulations to our newest Artisan of Fate, Nomad Printworks. Thank you so much for entering. To everybody else that entered, there were a ton of great entries that did not make it into this video. That does not mean that they weren't awesome. I appreciate every single one of your submissions, and they will be immortalized in the Urban Assault painting contest that will be locked and still viewable throughout all time in the Discord. So if you didn't enter to win this one, or if you didn't enter for this one, don't worry, we'll be doing more. We've got more contests that are going to be coming up, and I got some interesting ideas. Hopefully they won't run as long as this one. Hopefully I'll keep them a little bit more contained next time. All right, that's going to do it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing and help make this whole channel possible. Thank you so much for your continued support. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Always wash your socks.